One of the questions I want to address with regard to priestly ministry is why we simply can't just keep doing what we've always been doing. The practice in our archdiocese has basically been to give a priest another parish and another parish and another parish when we don't have enough priests to go around. And so why can't we do that anymore? Well, it's gotten to a point where we now have to give so many parishes to a priest that it just simply has become unmanageable. You know, priests love their people. I love all of you, but we have a tendency to just spend and consume ourselves, overexert ourselves sometimes with all the needs that are asked of us. You know, I want to be generous, but I'm only one man. Let me give you a corporate analogy to help us understand this. You know, some companies go through times where they lay off a number of their workers. And sometimes then they expect the fewer people that are still working for them to pick up where those other workers are no longer able to do their job. You know, how would you feel yourself if your employee ended up unloading the extra jobs, the extra duties of those previous employees onto you? And now you've got, you know, what you were previously doing, add another job on top of that, but you're still only getting paid for just one. You know, that's kind of what it's like for the priest every time a new parish is added to his assignment. You know, at one point in time, there was pretty much, you know, every parish had their own pastor, and even some had an associate as well. But now many people expect the same work to be done by fewer priests. And of course, while, you know, as priests, we're certainly not in it for the money. You know, there is no difference in compensation for us, whether or not we have one parish or 6. And so if you would recognize this as unjust treatment for lay employees, then why does it suddenly become just with regard to our priests? Adding more and more expectations also exposes our priests to the potential of burnout. There's certainly men who might still be priests today had they gotten burned out by a multitude of responsibilities that were given to them. To be blunt, we simply cannot keep killing off our priests. And what would happen if we don't make this change? Well, it won't be long before the archbishop would have to begin to telling parishes, I don't have a priest to give you. You know, and that would be likely the result if a parish were to decide they wanted to reject the family of parishes model from the archdiocese. You know, we simply don't have a priest to give you then. I've heard a comment that like, well, we'll just find our own priest. I don't know. Good luck with that. You know, where are you going to find this priest? You know, there's no such thing as a lone priest. Priests have to be connected to a religious order or to a diocese. And any priest or any parish that functions within the archdiocese bounds must have permission from the archbishop. This proposed solution of just continuing to give a priest more and more and more parishes is something that's required our priests to constantly change so that we don't have to change. This and other quick fixes to the vocations issue each require somebody else to change so that I don't have to change. But since when has the Christian faith been all about getting what I want? Christian faith is always about being transformed and a conversion of our hearts towards Jesus Christ. It requires our conversion and change. As I'll talk about in a coming part, the real solution to vocations is connected to the conversion of our own hearts.